The video showed a man who was successfully able to withdraw money from his account using a POS without inserting the ATM card into the POS machine or using a PIN on the POS. What he did was he put the amount on the POS machine, took it close to his pocket where his ATM card was, and just like magic, the transaction was approved. He showed the receipts. He showed the proof of the transaction being approved in that video. And I was like, how can this happen? We're live on Facebook. That video is playing now. I'll do you the honors of playing the audio here on the radio so you can follow along. But you need to see the video and see what's going on there so that you can understand where we're taking this conversation from. Now, this is the audio that goes along with that video. The video and the audio is playing on Facebook. If you can't get to Facebook, this is it, and this is what it sounds like. So take a listen. If you want to watch and see, because you need to see how this plays out, if you didn't watch it last week, you can go on Facebook. But if you just want to listen, this is it.
Everybody have to be careful these days. I don't know what our banking sector is turning. I don't know what these people are trying to do. You see my card. This is my card for security reason. I'm not going to review the card properly. I can withdraw money with this card without putting my PIN, without even putting this card in the ATM machine, even if I put it inside my pocket. Just watch. To avoid being a victim, the card is in my pocket now. And let me use 200 naira as an example. I will use 200 naira as an example here. Watch. You see? Transaction approved. Successful. You can see? Transaction, you can hear the alert. Transaction approved, successful. You see? Okay. Imagine that I have up to 2 million naira in this account. Now, see what will happen. Imagine I have up to 2 million naira in this account now. This is how I will lose up to 2 million naira. You see? You see? This is how I will lose up to 2 million naira. This is how I will lose up to 2 million naira. Not sufficient fund. If I have 2 million naira in this account, I will lose money now. I will lose money now. Imagine where you are working in the market and your card is in your back pocket. So we all have to be careful, please.
All right, for those who listened to me last week, I'm sure you recall how shocked I was, completely flabbergasted. Not that the technology exists, but that, that was the first I was hearing of it. That was the first time, and for a lot of people, it was the same. It was the first time that I was hearing that someone can use a POS and take money from my account because my card is contactless payment enabled. And how do you know that? In case you want to check, take out your ATM card and look at the card. Does it have that symbol of a Wi-Fi on the card? The thing is, a lot of the cards these days do. A lot of the cards that because myself, a lot of my colleagues on the day we checked, and all of us had that Wi-Fi sign on the ATM card that signals to you that your card is contactless. So if a person had the POS that has that technology, all they have to do is guess an amount in their head, input it in the ATM, in the POS, and try to take it close to where your ATM card is. And just like that, your money can disappear. But that's on the negative side of it, if you're focusing on the negative side. Of course, this technology is good technology. The bankers are telling us that it's a good way. It simplifies payments. It makes life easy, blah, 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 blah. But how come we do not know about it? And how safe is this technology? Isn't it going to be a way of endangering people and their accounts and their hard-earned money? I'm just about to put a call through to my guest right now. He's going to be talking us through this whole they said it is contactless payment. They said the technology has been available in Nigeria now for upwards of 6 years. So let's get to it. I've got my guest. His name is Tunde Adebajo. He's on the line. Good morning to you, Tunde, and thank you very much for agreeing to do this with me this morning.
Good morning, Chacha. Nice to be here, and good morning to all the listeners at home.
Great. Now, in case you're wondering, Tunde is he's a banker. He's a tech expert. He's also the Chief Commercial Officer at Yala Technologies Limited. And Yala Technologies Limited is a fintech company that's driving global payments from Nigeria here. Now, Tunde, I'm sure you've seen this video. You've watched this video. It doesn't seem like magic to you because you play in the industry. Start by telling us, what is this contactless payments? Explain, yes, that process to us in layman's terms, please.
Okay, so contactless payment is a secured and easy form of payment that allows you to tap or wave your card or electronic device like a mobile phone around a contactless payment enabled terminal. So picture this: you want to board a train. Imagine people having to put their cards in the ATM terminal or POS terminal, and they are paying. How long will it take for you to move 500, 1,000 people? Okay. So the idea of contactless came from providing a more an easier and secured payment platform that will not require you having any physical contact with the payment terminal. So that's and this leverages on what we radio frequency identification technology, RFID, or near field communications technology.
Okay.
What happens is, before now, if you are using a non-contactless payment terminal, for example, your POS terminal, it is leveraging on magnetic stripe chip technology. Okay. So that means that's why you have to insert your card in the terminal.
It has to be
exactly.
Yes. Exactly.
But for non-contact payment terminals, which is basically called contactless payment, you don't have to have any physical contact and go and type your PIN by just tapping. In fact, a lot of people call it tap and go payment. And it's been around for a couple of. The first launch in Nigeria was in 2015 by Secure ID. Yes, by Secure ID. And since then, it has evolved in different play. For example, the Lagos Blue Line leverages contactless payment. The BRC rapid transport system in Lagos also leverages contactless payment. The ferry system. Right. So, even events now, a lot of people are using it for it.
So I want to take you up on something. You did mention that it doesn't only happen with the POS, but a person can do it with their phones as well.
Yes, you can. You can do it. So, payment channels like Apple Pay, Google Pay leverage contactless payment. Okay. So you can enable your phone to make those payments. So you link your phone, your card, and you're able to use your phone. Just tap your phone or wave your phone at the terminal, and you're able to make those payments.
Great, yes. Great. Okay, so tell me, what is the highest amount that, say, a person can withdraw from? We're looking at an instance where, I'm looking at this scam part of it now.
Say the 2 million video, right?
Yes. Is it possible that? Yes.
So let me speak to that. So last in 2023 June or July, thereabout, central bank even increased the limit. But before then, the original limit for contactless payment was single transfer cannot exceed 5,000. And your cumulative payment in a day for contactless payment cannot exceed 30,000. But June, the central bank has increased the limit, and now you can make single payment of up to to contactless payment.
Can you say that again?
And
the new limit is
15,000.
15. Okay, 15,000. Yes.
The maximum you can do on a single payment on contactless payment, and your cumulative payment limit for a day is 50,000. Okay. So that means once contactless payment across any terminal, across different terminal in a day, once I 15,000, I can't make contactless payments again. And for a single transaction, so I want to board or anything, I cannot use more than 15,000 that single transaction. So it's very safe and secured, just like every other payment gateway that you have, terminals, ATM, there's a limit. There's also a limit around contactless payments also.
I mean, this sounds a little reassuring because you could think, well, 15,000 is not a lot. But for somebody, if that's the last 15,000 naira that they have in their account and then someone is able to use this technology, it's still a lot. But let us know, you're a banker, you work within the industry. Are customers being told about this new technology? Because, I mean, I'm exposed. I only got to find out about this via this video that this young man shared. Why do you think it is that bank customers, a lot of them, do not know about this particular technology? Is it intentional?
Okay, so I will first of all explain the stakeholders involved in the contactless payment that can for effective contactless payment. You have some people you call the acquirers, you have issuers, payment scheme and card guys, you have the switching company. Now, to make it very simple, contactless payment is available. Like I said, it's been available since 2015, and I don't know, a couple of commercial banks have launched products in partnership with players like MasterCard, Zeb, and Visa. In fact, as far back as last year or a couple of years, you have a couple of commercial, I don't want to mention them cheap adverts.
Right, please.
They've launched products that they are in the market that you can leverage. So as a merchant, you can actually request for contactless payment service terminals, enabled terminals from your commercial bank. Banks have communicated this. Even global players like MasterCard have been communicating this. I'm sure it's because, again, maybe geography, a place like Ibadan, I'm not sure a lot of people are paying attention to things like that, but you go to Lagos, like I said, contactless payments is being leveraged across different industries.
No, you're saying it's leveraging transportation and making payments, but the individuals who bear these contactless cards that are enabled to perform these transactions don't necessarily know that they have contactless cards.
So the truth is, if you check, for every time you go to your bank and get your new ATM card, you're always given a note around the card.
Yes.
Most people don't pay attention. They don't read those notes because all of the features of your card notes. But again, remember that for you to be able to use your card for contactless payment, there must be a contact payment enabled terminal. So if the POS is not enabled for it, you will not be able to carry out the contactless payment.
Exactly. So this is the part I was hoping to get to. So even if I do have a contactless card, if I have not enabled contactless payments, it would not go, even if somebody with a POS that is contactless approaches my card. Is it what you're saying?
No. The card originally has been enabled with that near-field communications technology.
Right.
So your card has that, but it will only work if the terminal, so now it will be the POS,
or the phone.
It's not all time yet that is enabled for such contactless payments. So if I have my card and the terminal, my contactless feature will not work.
Okay. But if the terminal is enabled, it will work.
Yes, exactly.
Even when you are
the terminal must be enabled. Yes. No, you have close to it.
Yes.
And again, it is service specific. For example, if you want to board the BRT in Lagos now, there is a terminal where you will wave your card at. It has to be about 2 inches from that terminal.
Right.
Or you just tap it on that terminal, it will affect. If I don't take my card near it, for a terminal that is enabled, so it's not just something that is enabled everywhere, and there are guidelines also. CBN has issued guidelines to secure end users. So users are protected, just like you have protection of users across different payment terminals. Users are protected, and again, it's always service specific. So, for example, I can't just take my card near a terminal that is enabled and it will debit me.
Okay.
There must be a service that I'm consuming that will allow me make that payment. So, a BRT, I want to board Lagos Ferry or board, or you want to access, even abroad, you want to access train service, you want to access some football arenas, stadium. Exactly. So it's always, it is when you want to, so it's not just something you are waving around. So and again, anybody that is going to provide this must meet some certain guidelines. There are some guidelines, payment guidelines that you have to fulfill, just like every other payment terminal that we have and this is.
So in other words, it does seem like what I'm hearing you say is there's no cause for concern. People shouldn't panic.
Not at all. Not at all. There's no cause for concern. Not at all.
But if I choose to be extra careful, is there a way I can protect my card if some smart ASS somewhere decides that they want to use this system to defraud people? Is there a way I can protect my card such that even if it is in close proximity to a system that is contactless enabled, payment enabled, my account, the money in my account does not disappear? I hear things like you can use a certain type of wallet if your card is in a kind of installation kind of thing. It won't work. Can you speak to us about that?
So what I would advise around that is, again, for devices that are enabled, you can link it. Those also provide a bit of safety around that. But generally, before anybody can be issued that terminal, so there's a level of KYC that is done on that merchant. And if my card was exposed illegally, they can trace who was issued that terminal, and all of that can be, resolution can be done. So it's a very safe and secure terminal, and it's not, again, for anybody to even have access, whether you are a merchant, you are or acquirer, or there are certain levels of KYC and KYB, know your customer, know your business, that is carried out. So it's not just something that anybody can just pick up and go and use it to defraud people. Like I said.
Fantastic. Yeah. That is very reassuring. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I was in panic mode when I first saw this video. I related it on air in that same way. But hearing the explanation, I think it's a little more reassuring now to know that this is not a means for people to just take monies from people's accounts. There are guidelines that stop that from happening.
Absolutely. And just to also add, it is not only that, it could be on different devices. So some people have contactless payments on wearables. Like some of these are wristbands. Some of these wristbands are enabled for contactless payments. Tokenization, different, but anything that has the near field communication technology or the radio frequency identification technology can be enabled for that. So you can enable different devices, not just your card on your mobile phone.
Thank you very much, Tunde Adebajo, tech expert, banker. Thank you for taking the time to speak to us. I'm
welcome.
Very reassured, and I'm sure the listeners are too. And do have a safe trip.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.